Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Dice and Third Baseman. Today we've got a little hockey on tap for you on the channel as we recreate Game 1 of the 1961 Stanley Cup Finals between the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Those of you who know your hockey history well will recognize this isn't the real-life matchup from the actual 1961 Cup Finals. What you're about to see is the culmination of a season-long replay project between myself and Bob Militello using the Inside the Crease hockey game. We replayed the entire regular season of the 1960-61 NHL and have now reached the stage where we're ready to begin the Stanley Cup Finals. So how did we get here? On our replay, there were two good battles throughout the season. The first was for the top spot in the league during the regular season. Toronto had an incredible unbeaten surge just after the new year to take first place for a few weeks before Montreal got hot again and then held them off at the end, even though both clubs finished strong. And this recreated their real-life order of finish. And at the bottom of the table, we had an unexpected fight between the Blackhawks and the Rangers. The Blackhawks, who had finished third in real life and actually won the Stanley Cup, struggled all season in our replay, especially trying to put the puck in the net. And the New York Rangers, after languishing just behind them in fifth place for the vast majority of the season, went on an incredible tear over the last month. I think losing once in their last 11 games and outscoring their opponents by more than 2-1 to grab the last playoff spot in the last couple of weeks of the season. So that set up first round playoff series between Detroit and Montreal and Toronto and New York. Back in these days, the NHL used a 1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4 format. And in those series, Detroit shocked Montreal and handled them quite easily in 5 games to reach the Cup Finals, while Toronto needed every one of the 7 games to finally dispatch the Rangers, beating them 5-1 in Game 7 in Toronto to advance to the Cup Finals. The Maple Leafs are led by Frank Mahovlich, who led the league with 49 goals. And their goalie, Johnny Bower, who led the league with 34 wins and was second in both save percentage and goals against average. Detroit are led by center Norm Ullman, who was 6th in the league with 32 goals and 7th in the league in points with 71, and by their outstanding two-way players, Gordie Howe, who had 27 goals and 66 points, and Alex Delvecchio, who had 26 goals and 61 points. So without further ado, let's head out to Maple Leaf Gardens and get Game 1 of the 1961 Stanley Cup Finals underway. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. The Red Wings will have Sawchuk in goal. He split time during the season with Hank Basson, but he gets the call in the playoffs. And for the Maple Leafs, they'll have Johnny Bower in goal. And Frank Mahovlich led the league with 49 goals in the regular season and leads the league with 6 in the playoffs. So it'll be up to the Red Wings to slow him down a bit. And we're ready to drop the puck. All right, so which line do you want out, Bob?
We'll start with the Kelly Mahavlich Nevin line.
Right, I will start with my first line. All right, so we drop the puck. All right, the face-off goes to Gagan. Pass in the middle for Delvecchio. That's a shot 3. And that's saved, but there's a rebound. And the rebound goes to Delvecchio again for another shot 3. And saved by Bauer again, another rebound, and this time it's corralled by Red Kelly. He passes out to Nevin on the right wing. That's going to be an assist pass. And it'll go to Bob Bond for shot 1. And that's saved by Sawchuk and dropped to Gagan. He looks to pass over to Proveno. But that'll be intercepted by Toronto. And Kelly takes the puck. Off to Mahavlich. That's a shot 5 for Frank. Saved by Sawchuk. And the puck is loose. Nevin's got it. Shot 2. Saved and held by Sawchuk. So first great scoring chance of the game goes to Mahavlich, but Sawchuk's up to the task. We'll get a face-off. And that'll go to Gordie Howe. He looks on the left wing for Stasiuk. He'll look to give the puck up, and in time for a line change. The pass will go to Len Lundy in the middle. That's a shot 3 for Lundy. And saved by Bauer and dropped to Hillman. He goes out to the right wing for Reagan. He'll also look to pass on the left wing to Eddie Shack. There's a giveaway taken by Lundy, but no breakaway. Back to the defense to Godfrey. He'll also cough it up, and Reagan controls but has no open ice. He goes on the left to Shack. That's a shot 4 for Eddie. And saved by Sawchuk and dropped to Godfrey. Out on the left wing for Bruce McGregor. He'll look to pass, and they'll change on the fly. Looking for Pronovo at the right defense, but Brewer lands the hit and coughs the puck up, and Brewer control the loose puck. Looks for Pulford on the left wing. That'll be intercepted by the Red Wings. Johnson takes it away. He looks to keep it as he crosses center ice. And it's a possible penalty on Pulford. And it is. There goes the whistle. There'll be a minor penalty on Bob Pulford. 2 minutes for roughing. About 5 minutes into the game.
Penalties almost got Toronto knocked out by the Rangers.
Yeah.
They had a lot more penalties than the Rangers did.
All right, what do you want? You want first penalty kill unit?
Penalty killing units,
All right.
yep.
Go first power play unit. All right, face off in the Maple Leaf zone. Drop the puck. And face off is won by Ullman. It goes to Pronovo. Looks to guard on the left wing, but it's intercepted by Stewart. He looks to pass, but it's intercepted by the Red Wings. That'll be taken away by Pronovo. Out to the left wing for Del Vecchio. That's an assist pass. Over to Howe for a shot 4. And it's blocked by Horton. That would have been a goal if it had gotten through. The loose puck is controlled by Pete Gagan. Change the lines. Goes to the... looks to go to Johnson in the middle. That's a pass. Johnson keeps it over the line. It's a shot 1. 64 is a save, and Bauer holds the puck for the face-off. So 20 seconds left on the power play. Face-off in the Toronto zone. And Olmsted gets kicked out of the circle.
Oh.
And the Red Wings will win the face-off to Glover. 38, that's a pass. And that'll kill the penalty. Team's back to even strength. Red Wings still have the puck. It's a Drowski, and that's a shot 0. 28, that's save with a rebound. And the loose puck will be taken by Tim Horton. It's off to Mahavlich. That's a shot 5 for Frank. 30. Save and a rebound by Sawchuk. Loose puck. Mahovlich is right there to collect his own rebound. Shot 4 is saved and held by Sawchuk. So Franks had 3 shot 5s in the first 7 minutes of the game. It's come up empty. All right, face off in the Red Wing zone. That's 1 to Mahovlich. He'll keep it. He skates over the blue line and unleashes a shot 1. That's saved by Sawchuk. The puck is loose and it's taken by Warren Godfrey for the Red Wings. Line change. And it's in the middle to Norm Ullman. He's into the offensive zone. He'll flip it at the net. Shot 150, and that's saved, and Bauer holds on to it for the faceoff. 8 minutes in, no score. Fairly even so far, but Toronto's had the better chances. Ullman wins the faceoff, and it goes to Gagan. Back to Ullman in the middle. That's a shot 4 for Norm. 60, and that's held by Bauer for the faceoff. This time Toronto wins the draw, and it goes out to Stewart on the right wing. He looks to pass it to Brewer, but Pronovo steps in and forces him to dump in the puck, and Pronovo will chase it down behind the net. He looks out on the right wing for Alan Johnson. He'll pass it back to Pronovo. He'll look in the middle for Ullman, but there's Carl Brewer to deliver the hit and knocks the puck loose. But Pronovo will pick it up for Detroit. Drowski will look to pass, but Stanley's in the way and he forces him to dump it into the Toronto zone, where Stanley will pick it up, the Maple Leafs. Little through the first half of the first period, still no score. Bond will look to bring it out. He gets the puck back as he crosses the blue line. He'll flip it on goal. And it's held by Sawchuk for a faceoff. All right, this time the draw is won by Detroit, and it goes to Odrowski. He looks in the middle for Lundy. Lundy looks around to pass, but Red Kelly steps in and forces them to chip the puck into the offensive zone. And Kelly will come behind the net and take it from Bauer. He skates over center ice into the offensive zone. It's a shot 2 for Kelly. And it's saved and held by Sawchuk. Offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. It's won by Kelly over to Mahovlich. Looks on the right wing for Nevin. He's got the puck. The teams change on the fly. It'll be Stewart trying to carry it in the offensive zone, but he's hit there by Leo Levine. Puck is loose. It's corralled by Hillman. He looks on the left wing for Duff. Duff has it, but he coughs it up at center ice, and it's taken away by Ullman. Ullman has the puck, moves into the offensive zone. He's got a shot 3, and Hillman forces the shot wide. Goes behind the Maple Leafs net, where it'll be taken by Marcel Pronovo. He looks for Labine on the left wing. Labine has it, looks to go back in the middle to Ullman. Detroit controlling the puck. They look on the right wing for Johnson. And Johnson coughs it up, and Stewart takes it away for the Maple Leafs. Bond with the puck. Looks for his defensive line mate Stanley, but it's taken away by Howie Young. He tries to put the puck in the middle for Parker McDonald. McDonald's got it. He's over the blue line, and he unleashes a shot 2. But it's blocked by Mahovlich. And the loose puck is taken by Frank, and Toronto has control. It's out on the right wing to Nevin. Well, it looks like we have a delayed penalty call. And Nevin will get it in the offensive zone. Toronto has control. It's a shot 2 for Nevin. That's saved with a rebound. Stanley's on the rebound. He gets a shot 4. Saved by Sawchuk. Another rebound. It goes right out to Mahavlich for another shot 4. A save by Sawchuk and a rebound. Back to Mahavlich for a shot 5. And he scores.
Oh.
So 4 shots on the rebound flurry, and finally Mahavlich puts it away.
He must have like 5, 6 shots already.
Yep,
Most of them shot 5s.
Yep, almost all of them shot 5. So on the delayed penalty, Fontaine doesn't have to go to the bin, and it's a goal for Mahavlich. And that'll be an assist to Kelly and assist to Stanley. So Toronto takes the lead 1-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first period. All right. Face off at center ice. And it's won by Toronto, and Stanley has the puck. Looks back on the right for Bond. He has the puck, and I'll look to get it in the middle. Looks like we have another delayed call. And Kelly has the assist pass to Bond. That's a shot 0. And it's saved and held by Sawchuk. And the referees will confer, and they decide not to make the call on McDonald. So still 5-on-5, 4 minutes 20 to go in the first period. Toronto up 1-0, and we have a face-off in the neutral zone. Toronto wins it again. Stanley has the puck. Looks for Horton, but it's taken away by Warren Godfrey. He looks out on the right wing for Johnson, and we have another delayed penalty here. And Johnson will get a shot 4 as he crosses the blue line. And it's caught by Bauer in the glove, and he holds on for the face-off. And looks like the referees are looking at Eddie Shack, unsurprisingly. And looks like we're going to have coincidental minors. So Shack gets 2 minutes for hooking, and Leo Labine gets 2 minutes for interference. So with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first period, we'll have a little bit of 4-on-4 hockey. I will just put Ullman in Labine's spot.
Okay, and I'll just leave the left wing slot open.
Okay, so we got to leave center ice open. So
yeah,
we want Keon over there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right, here we go. 4-on-4. A little under 4 minutes left in the first period. This face-off is won by Keon, and he keeps the puck. He will keep it himself. And now he'll look back to Hillman.
Mm-hmm.
Hillman back to Keon. That'll be a shot 3 for Dave. And he scores. So a minute into the 4-on-4, Toronto takes a 2-0 lead. The goal to Keon. The assist to Horton. And 1 assist. All right, looking grim here. 15-8 are the shots on goal. Still 4-on-4. All right, this time the Red Wings win the draw. It's Johnson. He will keep it, and that's a shot 0. 41, and it's saved and held by Bauer for the faceoff.
Oh, you're keeping track of the plus-minus stuff, right?
Excellent point.
It just dawned on me.
Yep, excellent question. I will do that.
Yeah, so these are the
Yep, same guys.
same guys for the second goal.
Yeah.
And then the first goal, obviously, was the Mahavlich line, but I don't remember who the defense was or who was out on your side.
All right, I'll sort it out from the stats.
Yeah. We probably can figure that out. if it's only one goal.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This face-off goes to Johnson again. All right, we'll have to change lines, so I will do the same thing and just move Del Vecchio out to the left wing.
Uh, I think, yeah, I'll move Olmsted over there.
Okay. 20 seconds left on the penalty. All right, the puck is out to Del Vecchio, and that's a shot 4 for Alex. 93, and that's saved by Bauer, and he'll drop it off to Stanley on the defense. Stanley out to the left wing. Olmsted will look to pass, and that'll be the end of the penalty. Teams will change, and Shaq has the puck out of the box. And he skates across the line, and he'll get a shot 3. And he scores!
Oh
Eddie
no.
Shack straight out of the penalty box into the open ice. And he scores the third goal of the period for Toronto. Okay. And assists. Go to Reagan. Oh, shoot. Undo. Reagan. All right, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, it didn't. Oh,
Oh, I don't think he hit the goal on Salchak.
okay. All right. Shoot.
So I think you could probably just, well, lead up time, but you could click Shack.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Quick a
Yeah.
shot and a goal. Yeah.
Yep. God, it doesn't look like it ate any of the time either. So,
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Minute 20 left. Toronto already up by 3. Here's the face-off, and the Red Wings win it, and Levine has the puck. Looks to go to Gagan, but Horton forces him to dump it in, and Keon will pick up the loose puck in the Toronto end. It's off to Horton. He'll pass it in the middle for Keon. That's an assist pass. And it'll go to Hillman for a shot 3, but it's blocked by Johnson. Horton will pick up the loose puck. Try to go back in the middle to Keon. This is a shot 5 for Keon. And it's saved and held by Sawchuk.
wow, 17 shots.
Wow. Dominating so far the face-off. And this time Allman will get kicked out. And +3 is not good enough, so Shaq will get the draw. He'll keep it. Oh, and he gets an assist because it's an offensive zone face-off win. So shot 4. And saved and held by Sawchuk. Boy, they've had lots of high-quality scoring chances. There hardly
Yep.
been any shot 1s or 0s. They've all been 4s or 5s. All right. Toronto wins the draw. Keon knocks it over to Horton. And that's the end of the period. So Toronto scores 3 times on 18 shots. They get goals from Mahovlich, Keon, and Shaq to lead 3-0 after the first period.
So this is interesting. I can't see any other windows that get brought up.
Oh,
I'm
so like when
assuming,
the summary comes up, you don't see it?
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm assuming it's behind the somehow it's being interpreted as being behind the main screen, I
Well,
guess.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure how
what's
to see
happening is
more.
it's being interpreted as a separate window, and
Uh,
I have the screen sharing set to just show the game window.
okay.
Okay.
It's
All
not a
right.
big deal.
No,
Yep.
good to know though.
Yep. Well, that was
So at
quite
the beginning, then
interesting.
you didn't see the lineups, and I brought them up. Did you?
No, no, I didn't see him.
Okay. All right.
But you said starting lineup, so I thought you were just going to read the.
I just brought up the drag and
Yep.
drop screen.
Yep.
Okay. So then, all right. So lineup changes for the second period. So unfortunately, you can't see this on the screen.
Yeah, but I can tell you. Are you doing yours
I'll
right
do
now?
mine first. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm just swapping the guy in the sixth defenseman spot. And
Yeah.
that's it. Okay. And so for you,
I would just switch Bond for Horton on that third line.
yep. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Ready for the second period. Red Wings have a lot of work to do here. And the face-off is won by Toronto. It'll go to Bond. Looks to pass on the left to Stanley. Stanley has the puck. He looks to go to Harris, but Godfrey forces the dump in, and Young will collect the puck. He goes out on the left to Godfrey. He'll keep the puck, and he'll try to keep it again, but he coughs it up, and Harris takes away, but no open ice for the breakaway. Harris on the left to Brewer. Brewer back over to Horton. Horton tries to go in the middle to Keon, but Pronovo is there, and Toronto's forced to give it up and dump it into the Toronto end, and Gagan will pick up the puck. He wants to keep it, but it's taken away by Keon. And he looks on the left for Shaq. Shaq gets an assist pass, and that'll go to Brewer for a shot zero. And Sawchuk stops it and holds it for a face-off. Keon wins the draw again. Tries to go to Shaq on the left wing, but it's taken away by Pronovo. Marcel goes out on the left wing for Fontaine. He's got a shot one. And that's saved and held by Boyer. And the face-off is in the Toronto zone. And Detroit wins this draw, and it goes to Glover. And over to Godfrey. And he looks to go to Young, but Mahovlich is there to force the dump in. And Kelly will collect for Toronto. Kelly keeps the puck. He comes over the blue line. He's going to line up a shot two. That's blocked by McDonald. And Kelly will corral the loose puck. And he'll look out to Mahovlich. That's a shot four for Frank. And a goal. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Frank Mahovlich. And that's an assist from Stanley. And an assist from Kelly. So 4 goals on 20 shots for the Leafs.
Say, did you look up to see what the season series was between these
I
two?
did not. I hadn't looked it up yet. I usually don't do it until I write it up.
Okay.
Um, I actually thought Detroit's a pretty good matchup for them because they play good defense and they are good in the face-off circle. But
Yep.
so far,
Well,
it doesn't look that way.
I think a couple of these goals sort of arose from the home team advantage.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A couple of those rebounds were
Or
ties,
even,
I
right?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's on both of Mahavlich's goals that happened.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but still, it would be if they weren't the home team, it would still be 2-0.
Yep.
So,
Yep. All right. 14:40 to go in the second. Now 4-0 Leafs. And Detroit will win the face-off, and then it'll go out to Glover. Back to Godfrey on the defense. And this Labine with it. And he gets a good look. It's a shot 3. And that's forced wide by Pulford. And Harris will pick up the loose puck. They're looking for Horton, but it's taken away by Gagan. Gagan keeps it. He passes it over to Pronovo. Pronovo back to Gagan. Gagan back to Pronovo. A lot of puck possession and no damage. Line change in the middle to McDonald. He'll get a shot 1. And that's saved by Bauer, but there's a rebound that's taken away by Bond. Out on the right wing for Stewart. He'll flip one on goal with a shot 1. And it's saved and held by Sawchuk. The face-off in the Detroit zone. That's won by Toronto. Stewart with the puck. Over to Bond. Looking for Stanley. But there's a whistle, and Adrowski and Duff will get matching minors. So 2 minutes for slashing on Adrowski, and 2 minutes for hooking on Duff.
I'll just switch, obviously, Olmsted over. So.
Yeah, so all you have to do is that.
Bert.
And I will just switch my defenseman. I'll switch my defenseman, and then I'll put McDonald. All right, more 4-4. Worked out to Toronto's advantage last time. And here's the face-off. And Detroit will win that. Godfrey has the puck. He'll keep it. And he'll keep it again. Right. Line change. Okay. All right. Same thing again.
I'll move Keon over for Regan.
Okay. And so that was an intercept.
Oh, loose puck?
Well, in this case, you won the defensive check, so
Oh,
I'll just
yeah,
give you the puck.
Yeah.
So it's a takeaway by Toronto. They go out to the left wing to Shaq. We're going to have a delayed call here, it looks like. And Shaq gets a shot 1. And it's saved and held by Sawchuk. And the referees look...
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the referees look disdainfully at Howie Young. And it's just 2 minutes on Howie. All right, so 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Not surprising.
With Howie and Eddie out there, there
Yep.
could have been
it could have been fisticuffs
fisticuffs and misconducts. And
All right, so now Detroit's 2 men. Well, it'll be 4-on-3 for 40 seconds. Yeah. Yep, so I need to get Young off. Pronovo out, and I'll take off Johnson. All right, there's the face-off. That'll go to Toronto because Detroit has no right wing. Keon has the puck. He'll keep it, but he'll cough it up. There is no... coughs it up to nobody. So pass for Keon. Looks to right defense. Horton has it, and the coincidental minors expire. So, all right. So, which power play unit do you want to put out, and then we'll take a guy off.
We'll put the second power play unit out there.
All right. All right. So now it's
Oh,
5-on-4. Yep. Yep.
yeah, it's 5-on-4. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. All right. So Olmsted has the puck. This is an assist pass. Goes to left defense. Brewer with a shot 0. And it's held by Sawchuk. Face-off is won by Detroit. Big face-off win. And that'll go out to Pronovo, who vamps. We'll just keep these lines to the end of the penalty. Goes out to the left wing, but it's taken away by Horton. Out on the left defense, that's Brewer, but he'll cough it up, and Gordie Howe wins the puck. He looks out on the left for Godfrey, and he will ice the puck, and that'll kill the penalty. All right, Harris picks it up. He's gotten open for a shot 2, and that's tipped and goes out of play. All right, face off to Detroit. Over to Howie Young. He'll look on the right wing for Melnick. We've got another delayed penalty. Shot 2 for Melnick. And that's a save and a hold by Bauer. And Pulford gets 2 minutes for roughing. 6:40 to go in the period. All right, so I will bring up my second power play unit.
I'll bring out the second power penalty killing unit.
Okay. Face off in the Toronto zone. It goes to Glover. Back to Godfrey. To Stasiuk. That's a shot 3. And it's held by Bauer. All right. Toronto wins this face-off. Bond's got the puck. He'll keep it, but he'll cough it up. Johnson has it, but no breakaway. Looks for Stasiuk.
Oh, by a low hit or?
Yep, no hit because they're
Yep.
penalty killing, so they're low physical.
Yep.
So it's off to Stasiuk on the left wing. It's an assist pass. Goes to left defense. That's a shot 1 for Godfrey. And Stanley forces it wide. And Godfrey picks up the loose puck. Over to Wardrowski. Back to Godfrey, but it's... Oh, yep, you're still 4-check 0. So still Wardrowski, but he gives it away. And Olmsted has it for a breakaway. Actually, no, he didn't because 4-check was less than 1. I take that back. Right. So it should have just been a pass.
Mm-hmm.
So passes the puck. That kills the penalty. 4 minutes to go. Kelly has the puck. That's an assist pass on the right wing to Nevin for a shot 4. And that's knocked out of play. All right. Face off. And Detroit wins it. Howe has the puck. That's off to Gagan. He gets a shot 1, but it's blocked by Reagan. Labine picks up the loose puck, and it's intercepted by Reagan. Over to Hillman, but taken away by Allman. Off to the left wing for Labine. That's an assist pass to the right wing. Shot 5 by Johnson. And save and a hold by Bauer. All right, 3 minutes left in the second period. Face off. And that'll be won by Toronto out to Reagan. He looks for Bond. Bond has the puck, looks to go back out to Reagan. Reagan will hold while they change on the fly. And he'll go in the middle for Olmsted, and that'll be a shot 1 for Burt. Whew. Just kicked out by Sawchuk. The puck is loose. Duff is on it. He gets a shot 3 on the rebound. Again, saved by Sawchuk, but it's
Yes, it
still
is.
loose. And there's Duff, a shot one. And Sawchuk finally covers it up for the face-off. Toronto almost out shooting Detroit 2-1 here. Face-off in the Detroit end. It's won again by Toronto. Brewer has the puck, looks for Duff, but there's Glover to land the hit and shake it loose, but Duff collects the puck anyways. Back to Brewer. Brewer will keep, but he coughs it up and it's taken away by Parker McDonald for the Red Wings. McDonald skates it into the offensive zone. He'll unleash a shot two. And that's saved by Bauer. The puck is loose in front of the net, but it's taken away by Tim Horton for Toronto. He'll look to get it out to Duff on the left wing. Another delayed penalty call. Duff gets a shot zero. That's saved by Sawchuk, but again, he can't hold on to the puck. But Godfrey is there to collect it. And the referees will confer. And it looks like, again, we're going to have coincidental minors. So 2 minutes on Glover for hooking. And 2 minutes on Carl Brewer for holding. Right at the end of the second period.
I think I will sit Duff.
All right, so Olmsted will go out there. And I'll put...
Oh, and just switch in the other line. Why don't you just switch line to defense 3?
Okay. I should have just... Okay. All this for one click before the end of the period. All right. All right. Here's the face-off in the neutral zone. That's won by Toronto, and Hillman has the puck. And that's the end of the period. So 4-0 to Toronto. Shots 29-16. It's been all Toronto so far. All right. Third period changes.
Oh, yeah.
I will get Gagan into the sixth defenseman spot.
And then just swap Stanley
And Hillman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Hillman played much in this game? I don't remember seeing him too much.
All right, I'll take a look. Yeah, 10.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I shouldn't be surprised, but I just hadn't been noticing him.
Yeah.
He hasn't come up a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ready to start the third period? We're still 4-4. So.
And I'll sit Regan. Keon's really an outstanding player. He's was a rookie.
A rookie, yeah. And I want to say 22 or something, or
yeah,
unbelievable.
Tremendous defender, penalty killer.
Yeah.
And I think in our replay, he's got 20 goals, which I think is about what he had in real life too.
He's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
Yeah, I think. Well, I haven't really kept up with the Hockey Hall of Fame, but I can't imagine he's not.
Yeah.
He had a long career. He was playing when we were kids.
Yes, no, I definitely remember him. Yep.
I think he played in the WHA too, if I remember correctly.
All right, face off to start the third period. Is there any way back for the Red Wings? Seems unlikely with Bauer in the goal, especially. All right, we drop the puck. And Toronto, nope, Detroit will win the face-off, and it goes to Gagan. He looks out on the right wing for Howe. Gordy's got it, and it's an assist pass that'll go back to Gagan for a shot 2. And caught and held by Bauer. A face-off in the Toronto zone. And Keon gets booted out. And Delvecchio will win the face-off. He looks back over to Howe, but that'll be intercepted by Toronto, and Stanley takes the puck. He looks out on the left wing for Eddie Shack. And Shack has the puck, and he'll look to the right defense for Bond, who has the puck, but he coughs it up. And Howe will take possession. He gets it over to Gagan. And the penalties will expire. Teams will change up, and the puck comes over to Adrowski. Adrowski with the pass to Alan Johnson. That's a shot 1 for Johnson. And a save and a hold by Bauer. Another face-off in the Toronto zone. This time the home team will win it. Hillman has the puck. Goes on the left to Stanley. Back into the middle for Olmsted. He'll wrist one on the goal from distance. And Sawchuk cannot handle it cleanly. It's a save, but a rebound. And Labine is there to clean up the mess. Into the middle for Ullman. Ullman will get a shot 3. And a save and a hold for Bauer. There's been hardly any rebounds for Detroit, where it seems like Sawchuk's spilling everything. All right, face-off in the Toronto zone. That's won by Detroit. Godfrey has the puck. In the middle to Ullman. Ullman, another shot 3. There we go. Save and a rebound. Johnson is on it. He'll get a shot 3 on the rebound. Another save by Bauer. Puck is still loose, and Olmsted will skate it to safety. Teams change lines, and it goes out on the right wing for Billy Harris. That's an assist pass to Brewer on the left wing, but he shoots it wide. And Gagan will scoop up the loose puck. He looks out on the right to Melnick. Pass over on the left to McGregor. McGregor coughs the puck up, but Harris can't break it away, and he'll control. He keeps the puck, brings it across center ice, but it's taken away by McGregor. Over to Lunday, and Brewer lands the hit. The puck is loose, and Harris will collect. Harris will keep it for Toronto, skates into the offensive zone. He'll launch a shot 1, and that's a save and a hold by Sawchuk. 31st shot of the game for Toronto, 6 minutes into the third period. Armstrong wins the draw, back to Horton. Teams change lines. Hillman has the puck. He'll look to pass it on the left wing to Shack, but it's taken away by Howe. He'll go out on the left wing for Stasiak, and that's an assist pass. And that'll go to Odrowski for a shot 0. Another low percentage shot for Detroit. Bauer parries it. The puck is loose, and it's corralled by Hillman. Into the middle for Keon. That's an assist pass. And it'll go to Hillman for a shot 4. But it's blocked by Odrowski. That would have been a goal if it gotten through. And Shack picks up the loose puck. Back over to Hillman, but that'll be taken away by Stasiak. Into the middle for Delvecchio. He gets a crease and a shot 3. That's parried away by Bauer, and Hillman controls the rebound. Very few second chances for Detroit. Mahovlich with the puck. And Frank will cough it up, and McDonald take possession. Out on the left wing for Fontaine. He looks to pass back in the middle for McDonald, but Brewer forces the dump in, and Brewer will collect it for Toronto. 11 minutes to go in the game. Toronto up 4-0. Kelly with the puck, but he's buried on the hit by Gagan. The puck is loose, and Gagan will pick it up. into the middle for McDonald. That's a shot 0 for Parker McDonald. And it's blocked by Brewer. He seems like he's been having a pretty effective game. The puck is loose and McDonald will collect. Brewer again forces the dump in, and this time Toronto will take the puck with Kelly. Halfway through the third period, Olmsted has the puck, but it's taken away by Len Lundy. He'll look to advance, but he's hit by Stanley, and that'll shake the puck loose, and Duff will collect for the Maple Leafs. On the right wing to Stewart. He launches a shot 1. That's saved by Sawchuk, but there's a rebound. But this time, the Red Wings will clear it away with Melnick. Wodrowski has the puck. He'll look to get it to Lundy in the middle, but there's Stanley, and he forces them to chip it in. And Olmsted collects. Over to Stanley at the left defense. And no call on Wodrowski, but we do have a face-off. Toronto wins the draw. It goes over to Stewart. The teams will change up. And it's to Keon in the middle. That's a shot 5 for Keon, but it's forced wide by Alan Johnson. Reagan will pick up the loose puck. Over to Brewer, and Brewer coughs it up, but all Libeen can do is collect it at center ice. He looks on the right wing for Johnson. That's a shot 1 for Johnson, and saved by Bauer, and he drops it to Horton. Toronto regroups. Over on the right to Reagan. He looks to pass it on the left to Shack, but Johnson's in the way and Toronto has to chip it in. But Reagan wins the race to the puck behind the net. Toronto keeps control. It's in the middle to Keon, but taken away by the Red Wings, and Gagan will have the puck. Over to Wodrowski, but Stanley forces a change of possession, and Stanley will collect the dump in behind the Toronto net. He'll keep the puck and move it forward. He looks to pass to Bond. Bond has the puck. Back to Stanley. Toronto playing keep away here in the last few minutes. It's over to Duff, but taken away by Jerry Melnick. He looks to get it to Godfrey, but Bond is there to force the dump in. And Bond collects it for Toronto. Final 4 minutes of the third period. Shack has the puck. He's pestered by Glover, and Eddie can do nothing but dump it in behind the Toronto goal. But Stanley wins the race to the puck. He looks to get it on the left wing to Shack. Eddie tees it up from the top of the face-off circle for a shot 3, and it's held by Sawchuk. 33rd shot of the game for the Leafs and a face-off in the Detroit end with 3:40 left. The draw goes to Gagan. It goes out on the right wing for Howie Glover. He's got an open chance and a shot 5. And it's saved by Bauer, but there is a rebound, but that's taken by Keon. And Toronto collects with 3 minutes to go. Keon skates into center ice, but he's hit there by Gagan. The puck pops loose, and Gagan will take control. Gagan looks to get it to McDonald, but Stanley lands a hit. And the loose puck there is collected by Val Fontaine for the Red Wings. He tries to get it into the middle of the ice, but another hit, this time by Larry Hillman, and Toronto will collect the loose puck in the person of Dave Keon. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Still a 4-0 game. On the left wing for Duff, but that'll be intercepted by Wodrowski. Over to Stasiuk, and that'll be intercepted by Stewart. Duff with it on the left wing, but Howe will force the dump in. Teams look like they're in a hurry to get to the restaurant and the bars now. And the puck is dumped in, and Duff will win it. On the right to Stewart. That's a shot 1 for Stewart, and a save and a hold by Sawchuk. Last minute to play, face off in the Detroit end. And it's won by the Red Wings. Over to Stasiuk. Looking for Wodrowski. Wodrowski has the puck. He'll go pass back to Stasiuk, but that's picked off by Horton. He tries to pass it to Brewer, but Howe lands the body check and the puck pops loose to Stewart. And he'll run out the clock, and that's the end of game one.
All
So
right.
Toronto wins 4-0. They outshoot Detroit 34-25. Scoring chances were 17 for the Maple Leafs and 15 for the Red Wings, which
Doesn't sound
doesn't
right.
sound right to me. um, the game picks Johnny Bower as the first star, Frank Mahovlich as the second star, and Alan Stanley as the third star. The
Power
goal,
plays.
the power plays were 0 for 1 for the Maple Leafs and 0 for 2 for the Red Wings. Yeah, only 18 penalty minutes, but a lot of those were coincidental minors.
Yep.
The goals were from Mahovlich, a pair, Dave Keon, and Eddie Shack. So the Maple Leafs take a convincing win in game one, and we'll see what the Red Wings can do about changing things up for game two.